Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Cerro Gordo Zoo. Technically, I'm coming at you from just a hole in the ground, but we're at Cerro Gordo Zoo, and we're here to do some more ZAWA for your eyeballs and ear holes to enjoy. Hopefully you guys all had a wonderful week. We made it to Friday, everybody. High five. Good job, everyone. We did it. Okay, we got some stuff to do today, so I want to just kind of jump right into it too, because I want to get another exhibit done. You probably want me to get another exhibit done. It doesn't make much sense for you to be here if we don't do an exhibit, so let's get to it. But before we do that, we gotta get to naming some gorillas. Thank you to everyone who submitted a name this week for the gorillas. I did actually address on the live stream recently, which if you didn't catch it, we had a live stream, so that's out there. That's out there. Go look at it. It was a lot of fun. I think I even died. Yeah, I did die. That's why I'm down to level 7. But ooh, I only have. Okay, I have enough to name these things. But yeah, I did mention that I was going to wait until we did do the naming on this episode rather than doing it on the live stream. So don't worry. Everyone who submitted names, I did look over all of them, and I had to pick between them here. And boy, did you guys give me a workout in this week's decision making here, because I only had 4 gorillas, and there's a lot of great names that are submitted. But first off, I'd like to give a big shout out to Gavin Boland and Sino the Dino, because we are going to name this one George. Whoa, caps lock is on. And I can't type. There's a whole lot of things that were wrong there. George, of course, is the gorilla in the movie and the video game Rampage. So I guess the movie was based off the video game. But I just remember it from the video game because that video game was fantastic. I used to love playing that. So we're going to name this one George. And then for the second gorilla, we're going to name this one Coco. And big shout out to Kendall Stout, Christy Sank, and SlothBuddy206 for all suggesting that. Coco, one of you guys mentioned was like a friend to Robin Williams back in the day. Kind of nifty. Another person said that was the first gorilla to learn sign language. Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff. Coco apparently was a popular dude, so or dudette. I actually don't know. I've never heard about that one. So you guys are educating me on that one. But yeah, big thank you to you guys for naming that one Coco. And then this one made me chuckle, so I had to do it. I had to name this one Optimus Primal. Okay. That was a fantastic name, okay? And thank you to Pauline Minot and Joel Capistrano for naming that one. I thought that was a fantastic name for a gorilla. And for the final one, we are going to name this one the most requested name of in the comments sections, Harambe, okay? Now, Harambe is letters can be tough sometimes. So, Harambe, of course, is the gorilla that was shot when a kid fell into his enclosure, and to save the kid and to make sure nothing bad happened. You know, there's a whole lot of stuff that went on that. I believe that happened back in 2016. Yeah. The way I remember things is that is where was I when I heard the news? And I was deploying. Yeah, I was in the process of deploying to the Middle East. So that was that was 2016. So yeah, that's when that happened. But that was the most requested name, and I'd like to give a big shout out to Joran Connings, Gigategu, Sino the Dino, Pauline Minot, and Nightwolf for all suggesting Harambe. I also want to give a little bit of a shout out to whoa, I almost crashed into the big cat head. To Riddim Starcar for coming up with the name Ape Lincoln, because I thought that was hilarious. And if I had another gorilla, I would absolutely be naming it that. But I don't, so we're gonna just be sticking with these 4. Let's hop, skip, and a jump over here. All right, we have to get some room on the hotbar real quick. Let's get bring those all the way down, and then we also got to get the book out. We got to organize. I'm not organized whatsoever, but I am now. Okay, so let's get up here now. These things should be good and drugged up from the last time that we encountered each other back when they were out of these butterfly nets, but. Let's go ahead and start putting this one down. This is going to be George. Wham. There's George. And George is a male. I think that makes sense because I think he's a male in the games too. So, all right, let's slap down another one right here. Whoop, that one broke right there. And this one is going to be Coco. And Coco is a female. And then the third one's, I got to do this quick before they wake up. The third one's going to go right there. There's a big gorilla face. And this one is a female. And this is going to be Optimus Primal. And then the final one we're going to put down here next to the swamp. And this is going to be Harambe, and Harambe is a male. All right, let's just yeetily deep my way out of here. There we go. And there we have our sleeping gorillas. They are put in place. Thank you to everyone who submitted names. As always, if I did not select yours, please keep trying, because I have a lot of animals to name, and I like to comb through and try to pick out ones that make me laugh, make me chuckle. Sometimes I pick ones that people submit that haven't submitted a name before. That one is awake, and there's his butt. So yeah, just keep on submitting your names. I'll keep combing through and picking them out. So do not lose faith. Wow, these things make some noise, don't they? They sure make some noise. I think Harambe, this one right here, actually look like this one right here. But whatever. We don't pick and choose. They just kind of, you get whatever comes out of the net. Okay, so with the gorillas named, we are moving on to the rest of the episode. And I was thinking about doing a little work right here. In the live stream, I mentioned about how like I would love to fit an exhibit like right here and have the path kind of cut along the edge of the water still. Problem is that the minecart track that we're planning on building has to go in right here. And then if I dig a big pit right here, that's not going to really work for having a minecart track going underground and up into the mountain and stuff. So instead, what I'll do is I think I'll have the path curve around this way and then put the exhibit right over here. But that's not actually what I'm here to talk to you about. That's not what I'm actually going to do in today's episode. That'll be a future GReimer issue. I'm thinking about doing one of the large cats exhibit today, because wouldn't that be kind of fun? Let's see, we did the African lions already. So we have a few cats to pick from. We have, what do we have? We have the leopards, we have the panthers. No, the jaguars? Jaguars, yeah. And then the tigers also. And I'm thinking about doing one of them. The question is which one? Alright, I'm going to do the tiger. I think I'm going to do the tiger. Now, which one's going to be the tiger exhibit? This is going to be a smaller exhibit right here, so I'm thinking about saving that for like the leopards because they're a little bit smaller of a cat. So either the jaguars and the tigers are going to be one of these. So I'm just going to pick executive decision. Bam. I see you. What do you think you're doing? Why are you doing it? You're not supposed to be in there. The zoo is closed. I know the creepers be creeping and all, but you need to get out of there. Here, you want to help me mine out some of this stuff? I mean, that's one way to start digging the hole here. Although I do want your gunpowder, so maybe not. One of those things actually blew me up in the live stream. It was a BS thing. I called it when it happened. It should have not happened. Minecraft kind of is laggy sometimes. I don't know. Go back and watch it. You guys will see what I'm talking about. Anyway, so we got some gunpowder of that guy. That was good. But I'm executive decision right here. This is going to be the okay, most of it is hollow, or at least a chunk of it is at least. This is going to be the tiger exhibit. So I've got to clear out a hole here, and I'm going to just do that in a blink. Blink! And there we go. We got it all done. Okay? So I did dig this out. I got the wall all put in and stuff like that. Kind of like the standard wall that we've been doing in all of our exhibits here. I added a little bit of mossy cobblestone to it too as well, because this exhibit is going to be for the tigers. Now, the tiger is, I believe, I'm not a tiger expert, but I believe they live primarily in like jungles, right? So we're going to have to make this one look a little bit more jungle-like, which would actually be okay because I recently harvested up a bunch of jungle leaves, and then it turns out that I didn't need them for the exhibit I was going to be building. So those big old turns out gorillas don't really live in jungles primarily. They primarily live in other places, but whatever. I got I got those done. At least not the western lowland gorillas. But at least now I can use these jungle leaves for this, so it's not a total waste. However, this hill on the backside is kind of an interesting shape because I mean, I did a little bit of work right here to kind of make a little bit more sense to keep it a wall so that the tigers don't be like, you know what? Let's just go up the mountain. Now, this isn't done by any means. It can easily get up right here, too. But I want to carve this down, actually, and maybe put, like, some mining things in the back of this, so make it look like a jungle-esque area with, like, actually man-made, like, mines dug into the wall on the backside of it. I think that might look kind of interesting. Plus, it'll tie it all together with the whole mining colony thing. So, I'm thinking about putting, like, a, like, mining operation thing, like, right back here someplace, and then having more jungle foliage over here. I don't know. I think it's a crazy idea. But to do that, I'm going to have to dig out this hillside right here a little bit down to right about there, maybe? This block right here, this level. Right here. This one. Bink right here. Probably do about this level. So we have this nice, like, cliff face over us right here. Like the humans that were mining here kind of mined it back and then started tunneling in and burrowing? Digging in to the side of the mountain. So I got to do a little bit more digging here. We're going to come up with something fantastic. I know it. Excavating done. Carved back the mountain just a little bit here. We got a nice flat face here. The tigers are definitely not getting out here. However, this looks really bad. So it does not look very good. I could actually do kind of what I did with the lines then, where I kind of carve it back just a little bit, and I'm kind of tempted to do that. I can also get away with like maybe adding a little bit in places too. Not that one right there. That's no bueno. Maybe just adding a little bit in places too to kind of come up with a more unique shape rather than just a flat line. That already looks a lot better. But I do need to get the, I need to get my inventory in order first. Dump chest, let's just yeet a lot of this stuff into here. Look at all that free space now. Let's get rid of the worms too, because I don't know why. I hate those things. I hate digging up, digging up dirt and then getting those things always in my inventory. Okay, so like right about here is actually where I wanted to put like a mine shaft kind of area. So let's grab some of this. And right where I put these decoration detailing things is kind of where I was hoping to do that. Which, I mean, I guess I still could, because after all, it's Minecraft and I can break blocks. So let's go ahead and bring that all the way out to right about here. And then this part right here, we're going to carve back just a wee bit. And we're going to put this other support right there. And that's where the entrance to a fake mine, a false mine, will be as a decorative piece. Right there. So everything in front of this then, hold on, let me grab that miscellaneous backpack out again and grab a stack of grass blocks here. Everything out in front of this thing will be like industrialized, kind of like matted down. People have been here kind of thing. So we're talking like crates and more stone. This actually needs to be more stone. I only have 5 pieces of that. I need the dump chest again. Where is it? Let's grab some stone out of there. And then we're going to need to get our silky dampy out here. And we're going to need to redo a lot of this here and turn it just to stone for right now. And then I'll fix that up later. Okay, got the stone put in now. And I also kind of shaved down this slope a little bit so it's a little steeper than it was before. That way we'll actually have like space down here to do anything. Because there's only like a 1 block gap here where I could actually put anything in here. I'd either have to raise the land up, which was, possible. Or I could try to keep with the natural shape of the land here, and I decided to go with the natural shape of the land. I just kind of, like I said, made it a little bit more steeper right here. So, but this is the wall so far. Let's grab ourselves some more stone here, and what we'll do is we'll pretty this up. Is it getting nighttime? It's getting nighttime. We'll pretty this up a little bit here and make this a little bit more like an actual cliff kind of design thing, looking a little bit more natural than what it currently is. Like that already looks a billion times better. It is amazing what just a few blocks will do to transform this from this like a boring, straight-lined, nothing interesting kind of cliff face to something that looks way more natural. Now we do have to kind of burrow this back a little bit, and I'm thinking about doing like one of those false things in the background, the facades in the background here. I haven't done one in a while actually. Oh, look at that, we have an actual thing back here. Oh, goody gumdrops. Well, it looks like I gotta get the sponges out because this can't be here right now. Now, I don't need this to actually go very far into the cliff edge here because I'm going to be doing that facade, so I can actually end this here. Probably right here, to be honest. Like, it doesn't need to go any farther than this. Let's just make sure this is all lit up in here because I don't really want to have creepy crawly things in here making a whole bunch of noise while I'm sitting here trying to look at the tigers. So, let's make sure that's all lit up. And this we're going to close off completely then. Like I said, facades are kind of fun because they look good from a distance. But, you get up close, which nobody's going to be because they're going to be up there, You get up close and it's going to be kind of crappy looking, but from far away they look fantastic. Now, in case you guys don't know what I'm talking about with facade, let me give you an example right here. Let's go to the reptile center. We can just cut right through here. Whoa, oh my gosh, going so fast, smashing the wall. We can just cut right through here because right here connects to the reptile center. Assuming that there's no creepers in here waiting to blow me up. I'll just hope there aren't any. Alright, so I do have a facade mine shaft in here, and it looks like, let me get around the corner here, it looks like somebody actually might be in here. Who's the, oh, it's a zombie. Okay, zombies aren't as dangerous as, like a creeper blowing things up, so be gone, zombie, and whatnot. Let me grab your XP. Goodbye, rotten flesh, let that despawn. Alright, we also added the dragon the dragon egg in the last episode, or in the live stream too, so if you didn't see that, we added the dragon egg kind of here. We did have flames going around here, but it turns out, and I know this is going to surprise you guys, but leaf blocks are flammable. So, to prevent this whole thing from lighting up and carrying the flames all the way up top there, we decided to opt out of the flames. I do not have fire spread turned off. I could. I just decided, let's keep it all pure vanilla. So yeah, we have the dragon egg, like, it's almost like here, and it's like seeping into the ground around it, like the flames and the ash and stuff. I don't know. Something kind of fun that we added. But anyway, facade. Right there. That's a facade. Now you get up close here, and you can easily see, especially when you put a little bit more lighting down here, you can see that this is black concrete. This is a block of coal. You know, this is gray concrete. This doesn't look very good close up, but you take the torch out, you go back here to where people are actually going to be, and you look down there, and that looks like a creepy, dark mine shaft. So, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about when I say facade. I think we also have one in the Komodo dragon exhibit as well. Oh, that guy actually made me jump. Ow, and then he shot me in the face. Whew. Not gonna lie, kind of pooped a little bit there. Okay, but right here, wow, that guy is freaking out. Okay. Okay, anyway, there's the facade mineshaft right there. That's kind of what we're going to be doing in the lion exhibit. You can see it back there. But I think it looks pretty cool. It also keeps things from going too far back there so that you can't see them. And if something did really go back there, then you would notice that it's a facade. But details. All right, but it starts with a blank slate like this. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some black concrete. There's some blocks of coal and some gray concrete and maybe even some gray concrete powder. And let's get our hotbar in order here so we can actually doodad this up. So the deepest, darkest parts of this are going to be black, solid black concrete, because that is that's the perception that it's really deep into a dark cave type thing. So we're just going to actually start off by just changing this whole face to just straight up black concrete, solid black. Now that already kind of gives a little bit of the effect, but since light travels into the mine, we're gonna need to doodad this up just a wee bit so that, ooh, not bad, so that it kind of gives the impression. I like using coal blocks because they have a little texture, they have a little design to them different than just the solid black concrete. So it's like the first just changing over from the darkness to like a light of the stone. Then you can use gray concrete and stuff to blend it in even further beyond that. But let's go ahead and get some more coal blocks in here. And we're also going to need to make sure to have a kind of curve or a curve from the ceiling downward, because the light would be up in the sky right there, hitting this beam right here, and then going in down here. So it'd reach farther right here, but not so much on the ceiling. So yeah, let me mess with this a little bit and see what we can come up with. And the final result is, ta-da! Alright, so that kind of looks like a deep, creepy, kind of dark mineshaft area. There's still one little detail that I need to do on it, and that is actually the path leading in front of it here. After all, if this was a real functioning mineshaft, then people would be walking through here constantly, and they would be digging through here and trudging dirt through here and whatnot. So we're going to have to carve this out, similar to the paths that we do up on the top. We're going to have to carve this out just a wee bit and actually add a little detail to it. So let's, let's organize the inventory here a little bit, because holy cow, is that bad. Let's just do a quick one of these things right here. I'm probably going to be digging these out later. We're actually going to bring those down there so I can keep track of them. Dump chest right here. Let's go and just squirt, and squirt. And then we'll be back on track. All right. So now I need to get... what do I need to get? Not plants. Put the plants away. Put them away bad. I'm going to get those in a little bit. I'm going to need some gravel, and I'm also going to need the bat backpack desperately in my life, because we're going to need some coarse dirt. Probably keep this out because I'm going to need that a lot, actually, I'm thinking. As well as some path blocks we're going to throw in here, too. So, alright, so let me dot this thing in here like so. Kind of like that. And then we're going to slap in a few of these path blocks, too, kind of going all the way back into this area. Now, I do want to keep these like solid blocks because, let's see, let's get this dump chest out again real quick because I want to grab that. I want to keep some of these solid blocks right here in the middle because I'm going to be putting some minecart tracks on those. Let's switch those up a little bit here. Put down the pathing a little bit here. And then we'll drop stone in there. That looks better. Looks better. Okay. So then, let's see. Is it squid backpack, I'm thinking is where they're at. Nope. Yep, there they are. Let's go ahead and just slap in a couple of those things there. Maybe another little bit on the outside here, kind of facing inwards to where they would have been carting the metal out of the mountain. So, okay, I'm thinking that that's pretty good. Now, if a tiger goes back here, they're not going to get anywhere, okay? There's nowhere to go. So, I think that's fine. I do want to grab the... Nope. Actually, yep. I'm going to grab these things back out here real fast. I said I was going to grab those just a little bit ago. We're also going to stack up a little something on the outside of this here, kind of signifying that there were resources stashed here. Yeah, well, the miners were doing their work, you know. Okay, I'm thinking that's good. I'm thinking that's good for the industrialized part of this. We can, of course, jazz up this cliff face here a little bit. Probably will a little bit to make it look similar to this in a way, like have a little bit more stab. Actually, I can probably do that right now. Let's knock out, like, having a little bit of the grass bleed into right over here, too. This one doesn't have to be path blocks, so to speak. It just can be, like, little bits of grass. That helps blend it in a little bit better. So it's like it's been this way for a while, and the Mother Nature is starting to reclaim this stone edge here that was carved back by the humans when they were doing mining here. That's kind of the story I'm trying to tell here. Okay, but now we're like a big portion into the episode, and it's time to start talking about the ground itself. So we're going for jungle, hey? Let's let me put some stuff away here, like the minecart tracks. I don't need those anymore, and the wood backpack. What if we took beard scratch jungle? We're talking. Where's the backpack? I need that desperately here. We're talking these guys for sure to add a little bit more greenery to it. We're gonna need a lot of jungle leaves. Podzol, I'm thinking sprinkled in there too, because jungle. Actually, you know what would look pretty good probably is a little bit of mud blocks kind of sprinkled in too. So jungles are supposed to be very humid, you know, very packed with foliage, and so I want to kind of do the same thing, especially down here where it's green more. But I think in these combinations of blocks with a little sprinkling of gravel in there will make for an excellent jungle floor. So now I got to get around to swapping out some blocks. I'm going to start with the green concrete powder and see what damage I can do with that, and then we'll switch it up and do the podzol, and then probably the mud, and then dot in some gravel. So green concrete powder, go. Okay, the green concrete powder has been put in, and now it's time to add in, I'm guessing, the coarse dirt. I did sprinkle in a couple other blocks as I was going because I didn't want to fill it entirely up. I clicked, and the efficiency 5 dug out too much. I was like, well, I'll make it work, and I filled it in with some other block. So that's why you see the occasional podzol just kind of dotted in here, because I dug out one too many blocks while I was going. But we're gonna add in the coarse dirt now, I'm thinking. Make this place look kind of like it's a little dirty and run down, because it's supposed to be a forest floor, so it should look a little dirty and a little run down, you know. But we're gonna leave plenty of the grass. Well, that's a piece of podzol. Didn't mean to put that down. Whatever, it's staying there. Sometimes mistakes happen, and they can be happy mistakes. So we're gonna leave them the way they are. But yeah, this floor, I want to leave plenty of grass though available to do a lot of the foliage though, because we're gonna definitely need that. If it's gonna be a jungle, it's gonna have a lot of foliage. So I'm going to sprinkle in the rest of the coarse dirt and the podzol, and then maybe I'll even throw in the gravel occasionally here or there, and then we'll get on to doing some foliage, actually. Alright, I got all the blocks placed, except for the mud. I never actually had the mud. Now remember, I'm not actually using mud blocks. I'm using brown terracotta so the animals don't get stuck in it, but I'm thinking sprinkling the mud down kind of on the base down here, like where all the rainwater would have run down to, would make a little bit more sense than just dropping it up on the top. I mean, I'll sprinkle a couple bits of it up there, but I do want to keep it primarily down here at the bottom of the hill. Okay, there we go. Check it out. We got the mud blocks added. Now it is time for foliage. So let's. I also added a little gravel pile over there. I will get the slabs out. Actually, maybe I should do that real fast. Where do I have those? What's my name? Where do I live? I think I have them in the ground backpack. No, that's not true at all. Don't have them there either. Bad backpack? Yeah, I got 2 here. 2 whole ones there. I thought I had more of those someplace. Squid backpack? There's 3 more. Look at that. I knew I had more somewhere. I need to I need to make more of those for sure. Let's go in here and just kind of click a bunch right there. That should be plenty for right now. And we're going to doodad up this little area a little bit so that it's a little bit more custom. And then, and also put some on the gravel piles here too, so it looks like it's kind of collapsed a little bit like that. Yeah, ooh, yeah, something like that. Yeah, look at that. I like how that looks. Some of these areas I did replace a couple bits with gravel as well. I think that just looks better. But yeah, we'll pretty this up with some slabs real quick, and then we'll get on to doing the foliage. Okay, so let's start with big foliage, trees. So obviously jungle should have quite a few trees. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to fit a few trees in here, considering the size of the exhibit. It's actually a relatively, I mean, it's a pretty big area, but trees are large, and so I think I'm going to go with something a little bit smaller than just or something a little less than just a bunch of trees like a jungle usually has. Plus, I want the people to be able to see the animals, you know, so kind of need to let there be room. So let's get the jungle logs out here. I still have a little over a stack, and we're going to create a small little jungle tree. Or 2, maybe 2. Might be able to squeeze 2 in here. Let's start off like right here, for example. And we're going to create some custom tree here that's going to hopefully look jungle-esque. And I I don't know. I'm just going to wing it right here and see what I can come up with. You know, I started to do a second tree here, and I don't like it. I think it takes away from some of the detail that I put in the back, so maybe we'll just leave it to one tree. Look at this pile of crap. This is this is not looking that great right now, but, you know, I haven't added the leaves. That's just the base of, like, the where the actual tree trunk would be. And I also can't go full-on jungle tree here because, you know, obviously it's going to be way too big for the exhibit. So I have to kind of shrink everything down and do a little bit of a customization to this. So if this looks poor right now, don't you worry. It's going to look better in a little bit. Just need to do a little bit extra work on it. Okay, while I'm up here, I'm thinking I'm going to just get to work on actually putting in some of the leaves while I'm up here right now, because otherwise I'm going to have to try to land with an elytra on that one block, and that's just not going to happen. My landing skills are not there, so... Alright, let's go ahead and actually put down a little bit of a leaf base up here. Something kind of like so. And then this is going to kind of droop down over the trunk itself. And then a lot of it's going to be right here, actually. I don't mind some of the trunk actually showing. I think that would kind of look kind of unique and interesting. But we're going to have like the leaves kind of gripping onto these branches sticking out here as well. Whew, it's going to be a lot of leaf blocks placed. Hold on. Give me a minute. It's going to look great. Maybe. Or it's going to look bad. Either way, sometimes you just got to press forward. Okay, after a lot of leaf blocks placing, this is what we got. I don't think it's actually too bad. I think it's an excellent little jungle tree. In fact, I really do want to try to squeeze another one in here somewhere, like maybe right here. But I'm afraid that it's going to cover up too much and people aren't going to be able to see the tigers then. So maybe we'll just stop with that right there. We'll just add a lot of foliage in other places on the ground. Alright, so let's grab a stack of every kind of leaf that I have available at the moment. At least these two. and get to work on adding the bushes actually down here. Yeah, I do think this turned out pretty good. It does need one thing. Hold on. It's tickling my fancy here is I need to do... Let's grab oak, I'm thinking. And we'll add some branches on the underside of this thing here. Just kind of represent actual like sticks or branches that are holding up things. Little detail, very minor. People are probably not going to notice it, but I will notice it, and that's all that is. Yeah, okay, I'm thinking that's probably good the way it is there. Okay, let's get to work on adding some bushes down below here, making this look all fancy-like, and especially jungle-like, because like I said, we need to have a lot of foliage in here, actually. Okay, the bushes have been added, and I think this looks pretty good. Definitely looks a little bit jungle-esque. Maybe throw another one in right here, maybe. Just kind of getting the idea that maybe that would probably look pretty good. Yeah, I think this looks alright. This definitely is starting to look a little bit more overgrown just with this right here. Now, I wanted to make sure this was cleared out over here. The bushes are not as prominent over here because this is where the people would have carved out, you know, a lot of the shrubbery and bushes and stuff would have been carved out here. But over here, this is supposed to look a lot more densely populated with the bushes. We got vines growing up the side of the cliff edge here. I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm thinking that looks pretty snazzy. In fact, I might want to... No, actually, I think that looks good. I think that looks good the way it is. Now, we could also put some more bushes kind of down here near the base of the tree. If I really wanted to kind of add more into it, which, I mean, doesn't look too bad. Actually. Yeah, it definitely looks overgrown. Now, I'm thinking that's good for the leaf blocks as far as making them look like there's bushes with leaf blocks. Let's look at actually the plants now backpack. Plants backpack, come out here. Need to talk to you. We've used a lot of plants up. Man, this is getting pretty skimpy. I really should go look for just plants. Dead leaf piles are going to be probably a must in here. Clovers, not so much. I mean, this isn't really so much a plains and field. This is kind of like a jungle. So vines for sure, except for the problem is that things can climb vines. Although, can they climb willow vines? Is that a thing? Oh yeah, you can totally climb willow vines. Never mind. Yep, scratch that idea. Bamboo. I can actually plant bamboo. Now, I do have some dried bamboo, but that's the ZAWA stuff. This is actually the Biomes of Plenty bamboo. What does this look like? It actually looks really good, and it also grows. So I don't have much of this. I should actually be getting more of this thing. Let's actually sprinkle this in some place for sure. I'll find a home. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be right here. Okay, now I do want to keep the bamboo at that level. I don't want it growing any further, so I'm going to put a string right here. Now this one, actually, I wouldn't mind like this one here growing. So I'm going to actually leave a space for it to grow, and hopefully it does that on its own. And then this one right here, I just want to be done right where it's at, so we're just going to leave it cut off right there. So that way, that one will grow up. You'll have it be too high right there. I'm just out of bamboo. I don't have any with me. I don't want to put any of the dried bamboo in here because I don't really see bamboo dying. Now, granted, in a jungle, the canopy is usually pretty thick, so the stuff on the underside of the canopy usually struggles to survive, and that could be like dead bamboo, I suppose. But there's only one tree here, so there's not much of a canopy. So I'm not going to worry about putting dried bamboo in here. But what other plants can we add into this? Maybe sprinkle in a couple of berry bushes, especially over here where the sun would be getting to a little bit more, you know, like right where the people have carved out an area, you know, just on the outskirts of that, because over here is more of the inside the jungle part. I also realized that we don't have any kind of water in here for the tigers. I mean, there's not much room for putting in any water either, so maybe this one will just not have that. But because I was just thinking about putting cattails next to it or something, but that wouldn't make sense. I don't think those really exist so much in the jungle. River cane, same with that. Although I really wouldn't mind throwing in a little bit of water. If there was water, it would be down here. It'd probably be right where I just put the bamboo. So I just don't have room for it. I don't have room for it in this one. Sorry, tigers. All right, so I have one of these red little dotted things. I'm going to put this in here too because it adds a little bit of color. I don't actually know if this is where it's supposed to be, but I think I did get that from the jungle, so it probably is supposed to be here. We also have these ostrich ferns, which I'm going to sprinkle in occasionally because I think they look good. Nice to add. They add a nice different type of green to the area. In fact, that might be enough. Might be enough. Yep. Okay. Now, mushrooms, I guess, could technically grow in here, especially like somewhere at the base of the tree, I'm thinking. Yeah, so maybe we'll throw one or two around here, especially down here where there's a lot of mud. There'd probably be a lot of mushroom activity growing down here, too. So just a couple, I think, will be fine. I don't really know what else to sprinkle in here. Maybe we should stop worrying about it and look into the flower backpack. All right, so there's probably going to be some flowers growing in the jungle, I would assume. These big rafflesia ones, I'm going to guess, is probably a yes. And then is there anything else that we can sprinkle in here? Wildflowers? Yeah, that one might. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get the rafflesia ones put in first, and then we'll see. I'm adding in a couple of legumes in here as well, because I think they look kind of nifty. And is that it? Is that it for like the flowers and stuff? Because, I mean, I thought I'd have more to throw into this thing, but honestly, I don't really know what other ones. Peach flowers, maybe? Golden sparks. I think these are more plains-esque things, but I don't know. I'll sprinkle in a couple of these things, make this thing look pretty, and then we'll get on to putting in the bone meal, because I think we're getting close to actually being done with it. Oh, I need to do the path blocks. That's what really makes this pop. I also need to be sleeping, because creepers be creeping. All right, I'm going to add in a couple extra flowers, though, and then we'll be almost done. Okay, I think I got all the flowers added. I think I got all the dead leaves in. I gotta add some of these, though, some stones, especially over here where all the mining was done. That would definitely make sense for there to be pebbles all over the place in here. And then I think it's time to do the path blocks, and then we're almost done. Then it's just a matter of throwing in a little bit of bone meal to this place, and then they'll be all good after that. Alright, path blocks have been added. The only thing left to do now is to add a bunch of bone meal to this. Get a lot of the grass growing, because after all, especially up here where there's a lot of sunlight, there'd be a ton of grass growing in this area. With that, I think that this is basically a finished exhibit. Let me see if I can't maybe possibly fly out of here. I'm having a hard time taking off today. I had to spam the button just to get the rockets to launch. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I'm off my game. I'm not too sure. But let's take a final look at what this looks like here. I'm thinking this looks pretty good. Thought it was sun was going down again. I think this looks pretty good. I'm actually liking this quite a bit for a tiger exhibit. Now let's finish this off though, because I still have to kind of connect these corners here for the top part and add in the steel bars. Now, before we move on to the reveal of the tigers, let's take a look at these super depressed foxes. All right, they've seen some stuff, and we actually had a submission of fan art in this episode. So big shout out to Jeff Armstrong, who drew up this. Check it out. This is what the fox would look like if he was happy. I think this is fantastic. Thank you so much, Jeff, for submitting this. Now, if you guys have fan art that you would like to submit, you can actually just drop that over on my Twitter page, okay? That way I'll be able to get it and I can share it with all of you guys. I will absolutely showcase off people's art here. If you can take the time to doodle up something, I will take the time to showcase it. But I think this looks great. Look at him. He looks so happy. And there we have it. The steel bars have been added. We got all the exhibits put together here. We got all the grass grown. We got the foliage in. We got the path blocks. We got the facade mine shaft. Yeah, I mean, that does look like a deep, creepy, kind of dark mine shaft, doesn't it? It's kind of creepy. I'm thinking that's it. I'm thinking that's all we're gonna do. So this is the lions, the tiger exhibit. The lions exhibit is right here. They're already in there. Look at them. They look fantastic. How's it going, Aslan? How's it going? But yeah, this is it. This is the tiger exhibit. So I'm gonna need some names though, because we have to figure out how many tigers I actually have. I don't actually know off the top of my head. I think I only have like one, but I could probably find one or two more. I've got two. I've got two Bengal tigers. So if you guys could be so kind to go down in the comment section and leave your best tiger name, I would greatly appreciate it. But I think I'm gonna wrap this episode up here. So if you did enjoy, please go down and smash that like button. It would really help me out a lot. And thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs into your holes to this episode of ZAWA. I will be back next week with more, so hopefully you guys have a wonderful weekend. Congrats on making it to Friday, and we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.